What's up, y'all? This your boy Markey Chukes with the Markey Chukes Show, and yet again I have with me Miss Nancy Boniface from the Community Transformation Grant, and along with her cousin Ben. Ben, your last name?
Rossman.
Ben Rossman. And I'm going to pass it off to Nancy because Nancy has a few questions because she's my co-host today, and she wants to ask Ben a few questions because Ben is a former smoker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
well, thank you
Miss Nancy
very much for having me on your show. Yes, Ben is a friend and a cousin of mine, and he is a former smoker, so I asked him to come on the show today and talk to us about his process a little bit. He was so kind as to join us. So, if you could tell me a little bit about the process of how you came to be a smoker.
I think it started out when I got my first job. I seen everybody else seemed to get like a break every half hour to an hour, and me being the low guy in the totem pole washing dishes, I didn't get any breaks. And so I thought, hey, what are they doing back there? Find out they're all smoking. So I kind of picked up the habit from there. Got my little break once an hour or so, and it just kind of continued from there.
Okay.
So, excuse me, at first it became like a thing of belonging,
Mm-hmm.
like what they're doing back there.
Mm-hmm.
They're back there smoking on. Okay.
And then it gradually became a daily
Daily
habit.
Before eating, after eating, waking up in the morning, having that first cigarette of the day, having that last cigarette before you go to bed, that kind of thing. Just kind of a ritual.
So you can definitely identify your triggers.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
You knew when you were going to want a
Mm-hmm.
cigarette in your hands.
Oh, yeah.
How much did you get up to? How many cigarettes were you smoking a day?
If the beer was going down good, probably about 2 packs sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I smoked a lot.
Especially when you were drinking.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So you knew if you were going to be someplace and with your buddies or whatever, you're going to be drinking, you knew that you were going to have a cigarette in the other hand. Yeah, they go together real
Yeah,
strong.
they go together well.
So, how does your breathing feel now that you stopped?
I really haven't noticed so much in the breathing, but I know I can smell, like,
Okay.
everything.
Okay.
It's kind of a weird sensation. I mean, just to have all that, you're smelling things that you wouldn't have noticed before. You know, when you get in your car and you're like, so, wow, you know, what is that? And you're like cutting things out around the house. Like you can actually, it's weird. It's a new feeling.
Mm-hmm. Your taste buds and your sense of smell does come back after you quit smoking. So do you remember about how old you were when you first started?
I think about 15 or 16 when I first got a job.
And actually most of the people that I talk with are actually starting out around 12, 13, 14. So you started a little late.
I guess.
Now tell me a little bit about your process to quit. What made you decide that you didn't want to do this anymore, that you wanted to quit?
I tried quitting several times without any luck. I started thinking about paying for insurance, and I know health insurance, because I know health insurance, they really hit you big if you're a smoker. I mean, you're going to pay up to twice as much as a non-smoker for your insurance, your weekly insurance premiums or whatever. So I knew I had to quit, otherwise I was going to be broke. So I started out chewing the gum, and they have 2 different doses. There's a 4 milligram dose and a 2 milligram dose. And I did the 4 milligram dose for about a week.
And tell me about your first experience with that.
Oh, my first. They don't tell you on the box. They tell you how to chew it, but if you don't read the instructions, you're just going to pop it in your mouth and start chewing. Don't do it, because you're going to get really lightheaded, maybe sick, and maybe even pass out.
So I think the message is to make sure that you read all the instructions first and read the box, because what did the box
The box will tell you to put the gum in your mouth, chew it a couple times, and then park it between your gum and your cheek. And you definitely want to do that.
Now, what brand is this?
I use the Equate brand. It's actually the Walmart brand, I think.
Okay.
Nicorette, I think.
Nicorette has a
national brand.
Is the brand. But the Equate brand was just as good, and it was like half the price, I think. So I went ahead and used that, and it worked really well for me.
Now it comes in a couple different flavors. Do you remember what your choices were?
I know there was mint and might have been a berry or something, but I didn't try that. I just kept stuck with the mint.
Now, Nancy, I got a question for you if you can help me. After you quit smoking, how long does it take for that nicotine and the tobacco to come out of your system?
The actual nicotine is completely eliminated from your body through your liver and your kidneys
Okay.
in 1 week.
Okay. So if he were to take like a week after he stopped, or 2 weeks after he stopped, and he were to take, I know they do the swab thing for the insurance, would something like that show up? Or?
Well, this is where it gets a little bit tricky, because if he quit smoking and wasn't using a nicotine replacement product,
right.
there would be no nicotine
Okay.
in his body. But since he was using a nicotine replacement product, that you will pick that up.
Okay.
So that's kind of a catch-22 there when they go to the testing. But you can always make sure you tell them, you're using a tobacco cessation product. So, now, what has been your experience in different workplaces as far as policies? Do they have policies where you worked about as far as smoking?
Most places that I've worked at, they either have a no tobacco policy whatsoever, is no tobacco on the campus at all, none, no smoking, no the dip or chew or any tobacco at all. Some places that if you do smoke, they're going to allow you to smoke in only your car. There's no area, they don't want cigarette butts around outside in the lot or around doorways. They don't want people smoking around doors. But that's usually the case.
So when you decided that you were going to try to quit, did these policies affect you at all?
Yeah, because it became that much more difficult to get that fix, and it just didn't seem like the hassle, especially in winter, that you have to walk all the way out to your car, and there's no sheltered area or anything to smoke, and so it became a big hassle.
And do you think that helped you to cut down?
Oh, absolutely. I'd probably smoke at least 1 or 2 cigarettes an hour, at home. While I was at work, I'd maybe only have time to get 1 cigarette in, throughout 8, 10 or more hours. So it definitely made me cut down.
Okay. All right. We talked a little bit about the product that you use to help you quit. Do you have any recommendations for the people out there who are maybe struggling to quit and they just don't know where to even start?
Biggest thing, just go out there and try something, and don't give up. You got to keep trying, because I tried so many times over a period of years, and I just, you just can't give up, because it's definitely worth it to quit.
I will tell you the statistics are 7 to 10 honest attempts before a person can quit. So you're right. You can't just try once and it doesn't work and you give up. You got to keep trying. So how long have you been tobacco free?
I've been tobacco free for about going on close to 2 months now, and I've been off the gum for about a month and a half, something like that.
Okay, very good.
Now, are you in a relationship or are you married?
Yeah.
Which one?
Well, I'm in a relationship. But,
Okay, now how does she feel about it? Can she tell the difference?
I haven't really asked.
Okay.
Did it affect your relationship at all? Were you irritable or cranky when you tried to quit and get in arguments or anything like that? Because that happens a lot.
I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention. I'm kind of cranky anyways.
Oh, okay.
So she's just used to living with your crankiness. But that is a side effect of quitting. People become irritable, short-tempered, and I hear that all the time in relationships. Well, I drive my wife crazy if I try to quit. She'll kick me out. And that's why I encourage people to use the product, because it takes that edge off a little bit, helps with the withdrawal symptoms. So, but that is a big issue when it comes to quitting.
Yeah, so you don't lose your wife or your girlfriend over a cigarette.
Or your husband, or your boyfriend.
Right, over a cigarette. Now, does your mate smoke?
No.
Okay. Oh, so she happy. You kissing and all that. Yeah, get a little closer.
Yes, it does make it much easier to quit when the person that you're living with does not quit. If you have other tobacco users in the house and you're trying to quit, it's
Right, we kind of talked about that. Yeah.
it's really a struggle.
Yeah.
So you need a lot of support from the people around you. I think your family was pretty supportive of your
Oh yeah.
decision.
Right.
Well, you got one family member at least.
Yeah.
He didn't get any special treatment. I don't want you to think because he's family that, he got special treatment or anything.
Okay, so is that or?
I think that's it, unless anything else that you wanted to add.
Not that I can think of.
I want to thank you for coming out
Very
and
well.
sharing your story with people. Let them know that if you can do it, can other
Yeah,
people?
if I can do it, anybody can. Because I told myself the one thing I'd never give up was my cigarettes, and here I am, not smoking. I never thought it'd ever happen.
So, I tell you what, would you be willing to come back in like, say a month or so and let us see how you're doing? How you're
Absolutely.
doing? Okay, so he's gonna be our guinea pig project.
If that's
See
okay
how
with
long
him, that's
Ben is
great
fine.
with me.
And hopefully, somebody watching Ben that knows Ben. So, okay, Ben can do it, I can too. So, thanks for coming on the show, Ben. I know you had to work today, and you probably wanted to get off and chill, but you came over with us. So, thank you. Thank you, Nancy, for coming by once again. I'm Markey Chukes. This is the Markey Chukes Show. This is Nancy Boniface. And Nancy is also with Activate Allen County. And if you want to learn more information about tobacco use, you go to activateallencounty.com.
Absolutely.
And there's information on there. Anything else you'd like to?
No, I just want to thank you both for getting together and doing this with me. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
You're welcome.
At any case, y'all have a good day. Y'all be blessed. Love one another. Peace. Say peace.
Peace.